The year started on a menacing note last year from the viewpoint of the welfare of the Zimbabwe people. Now, 2024 season was the worst in the 47 years, in the recent 40 years of Zimbabwe's history, in terms of the drought. We had a terrible drought where literally the whole country, nobody harvested anything. And there was a lot of gnashing of teeth in all sorts of circles, especially by those who do not wish our country to succeed, that Zimbabwe was going to fare badly in terms of the welfare of its people from food security point of view. Here we are in the last month of 2024, and what a remarkable rising to an occasion by the president and by the ruling party and his government, and indeed the business community of Zimbabwe and the generality of the people of Zimbabwe, that his call that nobody will starve in face of the drought of 2024. And exactly that's what has happened. We have had an extensive food relief program covering the whole country. Procurement from abroad, transporting it and distributing it within the country to the point where there have not been pockets of famine which would have stocked the population with a less organized and a less resilient economy. But here we are facing the final 2 to 3 months of serious drought. We are hoping that this year it will be better, and that in a couple of months the people of Zimbabwe will be able to harvest something. So we want to say thumbs up, a pam-pam to the president, to the ruling party, to the business community of Zimbabwe, and to the general populace, and to the government machinery, which has risen to the occasion, because by and large, most of the food security assistance has been driven by the Zimbabwe government. Yes, we are very grateful that international organizations and the other support cooperating partners have played a part, but by and large, credit goes to President E.D. Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF and its government for making sure that we travel through this difficult period of food security without lasting damage and without permanent loss through famine from our population. And then, rather than use government funds to import food, whereas we opted for private money to import food, where did government money go for food relief? We have the largest harvest of crop of wheat in the country. So here is another grain which would not have been part of the diet of Zimbabweans in face of the challenge. And we focused this week, this year, this season, we focused on irrigated wheat. And even with the challenges of power, we braved through, and a record 540,000, if not more, maybe 506,000 tons of wheat, 2/3 beyond our national consumption, was delivered to our grain coffers in the country. Wheat is more expensive than maize, and it can fetch a price on the world market. But wheat can also be given to our people. Bread consumption is going high, and there's nothing which can stop the distribution of wheat and other small grains to rural people to stave off hunger. So we saved the money, the government, a huge import bill not only the direct purchase of the wheat, but the logistics to bring it from far off lands to Zimbabwe, and then the cost of distributing it among Zimbabweans. Why am I dwelling at this at length? I am talking of a president who is a doer, who thinks well ahead of his peers in many aspects, who minds the history of this country to go back to the future of solutions which nobody would have imagined, a man who has scanned the resource capacity of Zimbabwe and is pulling from his head like rabbits solutions which always are a panacea to the challenges facing at a particular time. He is the ideological driver of ZANU-PF. He is the thinker who is making all this possible, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe. But beyond that, he is a doer.